Betsy with Advisor Verified. I'm here with Colby Stetzer. And Colby, tell us a little bit about your background and where you're from.
Colby Stetzer out of Arkansas, contracted through Symmetry Financial Group. Been in the insurance industry for 8 years now.
Okay.
Came here with no background in insurance at all. So I was had no financial background or anything. My background was professional tie-down roper, rodeo for a living, and was in the oil and gas industry.
Oh, wow. That's very different than insurance. You probably needed insurance for doing that. Oh, wow. So what led you to do insurance?
The boom went bust here in Arkansas. The Fayetteville Shell shut down, and I went back to the job and literally was in the W-2 world, and it was a Band-Aid on my problem. I mean, I grew up in a family that was 50% W-2 and 50% self-employed, and I've been a lot of my life as a life dog and professional tie-down roper. That was just a snake bit, once bitten, twice shy, and was the opportunity I took advantage of after the oil field didn't pan out, and I was left literally over to the house, the ranch. People say they don't want to lose the ranch. Well, we live on a ranch. I was counting cows and trying to figure out what to sell. How I was going to do this. Am I going to push dirt for a living? Am I going to go back on the road? Go back to rope. How am I going to provide for my family? That's when Symmetry approached me several times. I literally told them, I'm not. Times are tough. They're not that tough. I'm not going to sell insurance. I had a huge kind of profiled insurance, which stereotypes that, I'm supposed to go in here and apprentice under somebody, buy a book of business, go in debt, and then when they become a millionaire at 70s and I'm in my 60s, I'll come in the same status. And they said, no, it's totally different than that. It's we just want you to get a life insurance license, and we've got a proven system that's scalable, it's measurable, it's duplicatable, dang near predictable. So I plugged into it, and the rest has been history. We've been here 8 years, and I tell people all the time that I'm unemployable, and I don't know that you can melt and pour me back into a W-2 job. So it's been a blessing for the family, been a blessing for us, for sure.
That's awesome. That's a great story, man. Well, so tell us, what are some of your most significant moments as an agent?
I would have to say when you get to when you deliver or help somebody with a death claim, would be one of the biggest things. Making sure when you're in that family's not worried about how they're going to protect the mortgage or pay the mortgage, or how their kids are going to survive, and how they're going to survive on one income. It is a very gratifying event, even though you're in the midst of somebody who's reeling from death. I'd say that's probably one of the biggest things. I'd say the second thing is when you're able to protect people who are going into retirement, and you're able to position them and fashion their retirement to where it can never lose money, they can only ever make money, and they can never consume. You take them out of consumable products that are government driven and put them in financially stable product that they can never lose money, and they're basically their retirement is insured, for lack of better terms. And then the other thing would be the top three would be finding other people in this industry or in this world that are just not okay with mediocrity, and they're looking for something more. And they're not afraid to sweat equity. They're not afraid to sacrifice a semester of life, and helping them realize there's a chassis out there you can jump in and get involved with in this insurance world, and you can actually make a substantial living. I mean, you could literally change the course of your life overnight. I mean, I was able to replace my oil field income, which was about $150,000. It was my gross income was that, and then I was able to replace that in net deposits in my bank account in the first 7 months in this business, doing exactly what the system said. So it's a very rewarding business. It's a very humbling business. It's a very gratifying business it's the full gambit of all the emotions. But I'd say those are the top three things that stand out to me.
Yeah, wow, those are really great, Colby. Thank you for sharing. What would you say are some challenges that you've experienced as an agent?
Oh, wow. Well, there's a lot of stuff going around about insurtech, and the cool thing about Symmetry Financial Group is we don't replace agents with technology. We arm agents with technology,
Mm,
and technology is a huge challenge for me. I mean, it was difficult going from paper apps to e-apps, just because
okay.
I'm not very technologically advanced. The biggest challenge that I would say I've come across is going from the field to 100% remote virtual. Uh,
Mm,
we remember the days we used to dial on Friday afternoons, and we would dial 5 6 hours straight, make 4 5 600
yep.
dials to book minimum of 15 appointments for the next week. That was kneecap to kneecap, driving, meeting clients at their kitchen table. Getting done with one appointment and then casing out the next house to make sure they don't leave before the meeting starts, right?
Yes, I
And
remember this.
yeah, right. And then so when we went virtual, it was really easy at first because it was during COVID.
Mm,
And Symmetry, ironically enough, was challenged with, how do we create an atmosphere we can keep working, and the carriers really tasked us with that, and we kind of pioneered that.
mm,
Um, but it was easier during COVID because you had a captive audience. Nobody was going anywhere. Nobody was moving. And then when
yep.
COVID left, we went back to the field. But then, it got to the point where it was how do you do this more efficiently, right? How do you become
Yeah.
a virtual operation? That's where
Right.
the biggest challenge was, because everybody wanted to go back to these Zoom calls and having these video conference calls, and we tried that route. It didn't work, but we knew we had to go virtual because we needed to protect more families, and you can't do that kneecap to kneecap. You've got to be able to talk to more people. So transitioning over to being 100% remote, and I do all my business over outside of very large deals, or clients that are just insistent upon it, which is like, I would say, like 2% of my business. Everything's done
Mm,
over the phone. Never even never even see them face to face. It's 100% conference call, virtual. That
wow.
transition was the biggest challenge of my entire career, because I mean, I say that because when you take a guy who's accustomed to leaving the house every morning after at 5 o'clock, to drive an hour and a
Oh,
half, 2 hours to go meet with the first. Yeah, I mean, after we feed cows and and everything else on the ranch and check horses and stuff, and
oh
you
my
get home at
God.
11, like, yeah, oh, yeah. I mean, this is still daily stuff we do. Uh, and you take them out of that, and when you leave, you're in the work, you're working, right?
Right.
You're gone, like you have the job, you're out in the field. Now I just sit in the house, and so that's a huge challenge in itself, because I mean, you're sitting there with so many distractions at home that can
Oh,
take you away
sure.
from focus. So that was my biggest challenge.
Yeah, that is a big challenge. That would be very hard. Well, this is all great, Colby. So tell me, what's your vision for your future in insurance? So you've gone through kind of lot of transitions getting here, and then even in insurance. So what do you see now, kind of moving ahead?
My agency's on what we call a 130 run right now with Symmetry. We're trying to get
Okay.
to a level where we can become direct with Symmetry Financial Group through, building the agency.
That's
My vision is to, I want to hit 130 with my
Mhm.
agency, and very rapidly after that, bring another 130, become a partner uh,
Oh,
with Symmetry
I can't.
Financial Group, while
Mhm.
breaking out other. Um, that'd be my vision. And because I mean, now I still write a lot of business every week. I mean, I'm still 30 40,000 dollar a month producer, but and I don't want to. I'm not trying to duplicate that. I'm trying to find more people who want to be the 15 20,000 month producers, so I can get them in a position where they can build their businesses. That's what's fun, is watching other people succeed right now, and I want to get to that level where my upline's at. Right, it's all about who's the next rock star, right? Who's the
Mhm.
next? Not shooting stars. They all burn twice as bright for half as long. But who's the
Yeah.
next? Who's the next rock? Who's the next rising star who's going to take the reins on this and build and change the course of their life?
Mm. Oh, that's awesome. That's really great. Well, awesome. Thank you so much, Cody. I appreciate you coming in and sharing. This is great. Just
Yes,
trying
ma'am.
to
My
come
pleasure.
in here and change the industry. Let's do it. Hey there. Thanks so much for watching this episode of Advisor Spotlight. Here at Advisor Verified, we love spotlighting agents all across America as they share their passion for why they love doing what they get to do, protecting you and your family. So be sure to go to advisorverified.com and search for an advisor in your state that you connect with and that you know is licensed, insured, verified.